Hello everyone. Have you ever followed a person whose every step, every decision made your heart flutter? For me, that person is Tuna. I am not just a casual audience, but a fan who has accompanied her through many ups and downs. Today, I want to tell you a special story, a moment when just one choice can change Tuna's whole life. That story is called Life-Changing Invitation. Will Tuna stay with Alex or leave forever? This is not just a normal love story. It is a struggle between love and desire, between holding on to the present and moving towards a new future. And when I witnessed that moment, I asked myself, if it were me, what would I choose? What about you? Will you continue with me to explore this fateful choice? Let's watch the video until the end. That afternoon, the sun was slowly setting behind the distant mountains. The last rays of sunlight stretched across the deserted suburban road, covering it with a warm yet melancholy golden light. Alex's car slowed down and stopped on the side of the road, right on the familiar road he often passed. Alex sat silently, his eyes looking out at the distant fields where storks were flying in the sunset. Before leaving home, he left his mother and me behind with their eyes filled with anxiety. But his heart did not allow him to stop. He needed to see Tuna. In that moment, memories flooded back like a slow-motion film. Alex remembered the most difficult days of his life, when his career fell apart, when his faith collapsed. Every long evening he was immersed in alcohol and despair. Every morning he woke up with heavy eyes, not knowing how to move on. If it weren't for Tuna, he probably wouldn't have been able to stand firm until today. He saw Tuna again, a strong but gentle girl. How many times she stood by him during stormy days, not afraid to sacrifice her dreams, not caring about gossip to become his only support. Alex knew every smile Tuna gave him was a time she hid her tears. This afternoon, when the sunset spread across the path, he suddenly realized all the things Tuna had experienced with him. Could he respond with a worthy future for her, or was he just holding her back in a life full of sadness and responsibility? His mind was as tangled as a tangled net, so many memories, so many questions piled up that he couldn't find a way out. At that moment, his phone vibrated gently. A message from Tuna appeared. "Hey, buy me some vegetable seeds on the way. I still have a few beds that I haven't had time to plant yet." Just a few simple words, but like a cool stream of water flowing into Alex's heart. He sighed softly, then started the car, driving towards the familiar farm tools store. On the way, he was still lost in thought. Each package of seeds, each row of shelves in the store, also reminded him of Tuna's appearance bending over in the garden, her hands covered in dirt but her eyes shining with hope. However, deep down, another voice still rang out. How about going back to the person who was once a part of my youth? The thought flashed through his mind, but then Alex immediately shook his head. Mai belonged to the past, and Tuna was the present. The reason he kept going, he knew that if he hesitated just once, he would lose the girl who had sacrificed so much for him. Holding the small bag of seeds in his hand, Alex felt like he was holding a part of the future, and in his heart, a clear answer gradually appeared. It was time to let go of the past, to hold on to the present with Tuna. The path leading to the farm was covered with dry leaves, rustling under the wheels. As soon as he stepped through the wooden gate, Alex saw an image that made his heart clench. Tuna crouched in the middle of the garden, her hands firmly holding a hoe, diligently chopping each cut into the unfinished soil. The afternoon sunlight stretched out, embracing that small figure, turning her into a simple but resilient bright spot in the rustic space. Alex stopped. For a moment, he felt all the struggles, all the noise in his head recede behind. Here, there was a woman who had never left him, still silently sewing for tomorrow, both literally and figuratively. He took a deep breath, stepped in, and knew that today he could not continue to be silent. He told from beginning to end, without hiding anything, that Mai had come to the house, had stayed for dinner with his mother, and then frankly asked to come back. Alex told both his confusion and his decisive refusal. He spoke slowly, letting each word have weight, letting Tuna understand that his heart had made a choice. After he finished speaking, he fell silent, leaving only the sound of the wind blowing through the young vegetable garden. Suddenly, A fear arose. Did Tuna think he was hiding something? Would she feel uneasy when the past knocked on her door? Are you angry with me? Alex spoke hoarsely, as if he had to muster up all his courage. Tuna put down the hoe handle, slowly wiping the sweat from her cheeks. She looked at him for a long time, then suddenly smiled, a gentle smile, not to soothe but as an affirmation. You did a good job. Alex. Just for short words, but they made Alex shocked. In that moment, he understood that trust does not need flowery promises, but is built from honesty and decisive choices. He felt his eyes sting, his heart felt light, as if a burden had just been lifted. He stepped closer, wanting to hold Tuna's hands covered in dirt. The moment Tuna smiled and said, "You did a good job, Alex," kept echoing in his mind, simple, brief, but containing a deep trust. Alex looked at her, a small figure in the vegetable garden, hands full of dirt, sweat on his forehead, and suddenly a strong desire arose in his heart. He didn't want Tuna to stay like that forever, hanging around the farm, enduring the sun and rain, hiding the hardship behind a gentle smile. He wanted to see her every day, not from afar or in brief moments, but right in the rhythm of his daily life. A sudden thought flashed through his mind, so strong that he couldn't stop it. Tuna would be his secretary. That idea made Alex's heart beat fast, as if he had just found a new path for both of them. He stepped closer, his voice low. "Tuna, I want you to come to my company, to be my secretary." Tuna was stunned. She turned around, her eyes were surprised, both amused and confused. "What did you say?" "Me, to be your secretary." "That's right." Alex looked straight into her eyes, his gaze determined. "I want you to have a stable job. More importantly, I want to be by your side every day." Tuna chuckled softly, but there was a bit of hesitation in his laughter. "I have never worked in an office. I have no experience. I don't know if I can do it. Besides, there's this farm. It would be a pity to leave." After speaking, Tuna's eyes suddenly fell, as if touched by another worry. Her voice gradually became smaller. "And Henry, who will look after him? He's still used to having you by his side. If you work all day. Alex moved closer, his voice urgent but sincere. "You're smart, meticulous, and I believe in you. Experience can be learned, skills can be trained, but trust cannot be found in anyone other than you. As for the farm, we can hire someone to take care of it and come back on weekends. But the company, I want you by my side, not anyone else. Henry, I will ask Mrs. Tone to come over and look after it. Don't worry, she lives nearby and loves the boy like her own grandchild. He won't feel any lack." Tuna lowered her head, her hands clasped together. She had never thought of that prospect, leaving the land she was attached to, entering a completely different environment. Her heart was a mixture of hesitation, fear, and an emotion that was hard to name. "But what if I can't do it?" she asked softly, her voice trembling. Alex took her dirty hand and squeezed it tightly. "I will be by your side. I will teach you, show you every little thing. You are not alone. Tuna, you have sacrificed a lot for me. Now it is my turn to give you a solid foothold. I don't want you to suffer alone anymore." At this point, his voice trailed off, as if filled with years of pent-up anger. Tuna looked up, met his earnest gaze, and her heart trembled slightly. She knew Alex was being serious. The silence lasted. The afternoon wind blew gently, making the leaves sway. The sunset gilded Tuna's face, revealing her remaining hesitation. Then, after a moment of silence, she slowly nodded. "Okay, I will try." A short sentence, but it made Alex's heart burst. He smiled, his eyes sparkling, and then suddenly hugged her. Tuna was shy, but she also gently wrapped her arms around his waist.